topic for today is about technology for your business to enhance your operations and customer excellence and intelligence. So let's take a step back and just understand, what are we talking about today when we say e-commerce? According to the Gartner Group, we have a very clear definition that e-commerce deals with using the internet, digital communications, and IT applications to enable the buying and selling process. So we know we have a buying and selling process, and we're using this forum or this medium to enable our engagement with our consumers. You will be very interested to know that between 2010 and 2020, if we add the consumption of goods and services between India and China, we are looking at a consumption of $64 trillion. And that is a huge amount. And when you break it down into India's contribution, you're looking at $22.5 trillion of goods and services being consumed by the audience that you and I are catering to. Of course, in China goes to 41.5. So this is a huge figure, and there is a lot of data to even help you as businesses to drill down this 22.5 into your urban category, your rural category, your genders, your age of population. If we look back at actual internet penetration, you can see that as of the end of last year, we were at about 121 million of the population who are actually accessing the internet. By 2015, more than double of the population will be accessing that medium through which you are selling your goods and services. And another very important fact here to look at is it's approximately only a small percent of the urban population who are today using this medium. If we look at the online retail revenues from 2012 end, we were at approximately 3.2 billion. Of course, figures do differ. And by 2020, we're looking at over a 450% increase in the revenue. Now, that is going to businesses who are sitting here. And you have to realize that in order to be able to capture this trend, to capture the loyalty of your consumers, technology is going to play a very big part in streamlining your business processes and providing operational excellence. It's important to realize who is this base, and when you actually understand that and look at the youthfulness of the population who are also accessing your brand, it becomes very important to stay savvy with the technology that you are using and the communication mediums through which you're reaching. If I look at the graduate rate from the United States compared to India in the last year, 135 million graduates in India versus 30 million in the States. Now that says a lot. Look at the kind of population that is coming out with an increased income once they start work. They have a bigger disposable income. They have a lot of time that is taken through their work and their family, so they're constantly on the move. They don't always have time to take the leisure to shop. They want things on the fly. They have mobile devices through which they're accessing your brand, through which they are receiving loyalty from you, and through which they wish to be recognized, and that is the key. You must understand that the customer recognition is what's going to make the difference between having a first-time buyer and actually retaining that customer for the duration of their buying cycle. They have a large reach via social cloud, so it's no longer about passing a word of mouth. One sentence on the World Wide Web means your brand has got a message associated to it across the globe. So you have a responsibility to be as innovative as your customers and more. And if you have a bad experience, that doesn't mean it's the end. What matters to your customer is that you utilize that medium of technology to right the dissatisfaction that they have experienced. We heard some very good examples about late delivery, payment, etc. So use these mediums to help interact with your customers and show them that you are the brand that cares for their needs. So why is technology so critical in this journey? A lot of clients who I work with, I mean, it's easy for them to actually take the brand online. They download a template or whatever the system may be, and they take that brand online and position their goods and services. But shortly thereafter, they realize this is not sufficient. They are missing a personal element for their consumers. The customers who come back, they're not getting the right loyalty experience. They're not getting the right opportunity to connect on social medias. They don't have a robust reach through a customer supply chain or CRM system. And at the end of the day, this personal experience is what they find is lacking. If you treat me as one of the masses, why should I not treat your brand as one of the masses? So the advice that we are constantly looking to give and being asked for is, how do I differentiate myself? And the answer to that question is very simple. Provide your customers with a personalized experience. And technology will be the backbone through which you can do this. So if we actually look at the building blocks for success for an online business, it starts with the store. That is one of the building blocks. You have to look at integrating, as we've heard, with your back office system. You do not want to have disparate systems which are needing multiple armies of people to run. This will not succeed your business in the long run. So you have a back office integration. You want to have a customer management system through which you are offering targeted behavior. So if you actually take the approach of understanding your consumers and targeting the marketing to them, I can assure you, you will have a higher success rate and increase that transaction size there and then. So don't just look at generic systems of how can I just show all the products at once and recommend. That won't work. You must target the product recommendations, your suggested products, to the customer's behavior and that specific customer who's on that site at that time. Each of them should have a personalized experience, and technology enables you to do this. You may be thinking, how is it possible? Technology gives you that platform to enable the system to automate your business logic. And again, we heard about agility. That is very critical. Every day you are learning, every day you are changing, and the system needs to be agile to tweak those business rules according to your processes. Do not get into that stump where you invest so heavily in a rigid system that does not allow you to tweak as you go along, because it would end up being a wasted investment. Don't, again, just treat me as a mass that I'm in a gold segment, or I'm in a silver segment, or I'm in a standard segment. My loyalty should really be based on how I value you as a brand. If I talk about you well on social media and I'm referring business, reward me. If I am making X amount of purchases over a period of time, reward me. If I log out and don't continue my purchase and close that transaction, find out why and reward me when I finish it. There are so many ways that you can offer a personal experience. And again, technology is the key to help you reach and engage to those consumers. Then we look at your supplier chain integration. Now, a lot of you will, of course, have vendors and suppliers that you're dealing with. You may also sell it on marketplaces, your goods and services, not just on your own website. So you need to have a strong extranet that is in your system, managing your vendors and suppliers, speaking a common language, and having a seamless experience from start to finish. You do not want to have 10 different systems. I suggest 3 things to do to increase that by 60%. So the key steps, as a summary, that you as a business should look at with your customers are firstly to reach them. Take your presence online. Don't think that you will not be able to have a visibility to that audience who are 24/7. Sincere advice is to ensure you are also visible and accessible for those customers to reach you. Engage with your customers. Don't just think putting a site or a presence is going to be sufficient. You must engage with them and ensure that dialogue happens on a real-time basis and you actually take actions from what you're hearing from your consumers. Empower your consumers and empower your business by having engines that react and act, that are proactive before an occasion happens is a very empowering factor for your business. And as a consumer, if you feel that your word is heard, you will be back to this brand again and again. And of course, finally, as a business, analyze the data that is coming through to you. You have multiple points of data that are constantly being driven in day to day. Take a system that helps you. Take a system and a technology that helps you to understand what does this mean and how can I improve my business and the customer experience. And I strongly believe that if you can succeed in generating a seamless experience across the multi-touch points of your brand, you will have loyal customers for the duration of your lifetime. Thank you very much.